Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Now, if you saw my first video today, my video blog, I was ranting and raving about my delivery. Now, I want to talk to you guys because one guy today made a joke today. I think it's still here. Yes, it is. Aaron's gonna probably laugh about this. A guy in a video posted a comment. He asked a question. He said, "What is a VCR?" Here it is. You might have not grown up. You probably grew up with DVDs, high definition DVDs, and Blu-rays. This is a VCR. This is one of the first things besides hi-fi and beta for, Laserdisc as well. I grew up a Laserdisc player myself, but you get the point.
I had beta for a time.
So did we. So, now that you know what a VCR is, let's get down to brass tacks. Now, as you all know, I'm an old schooler for the most part. Some of you people will sit there and wonder what Pong is. Old Aaron knows what Pong is. Old Aaron knows. Oh, yes, VHS tape. He pulled one out. This is the movie from 1939. It's black and white. It's called Stagecoach. It's a John Wayne movie at the time. And John Wayne got a start for making long movies from this one. But this is called Stagecoach. This is what the old video players played for movies back then. Some of the newer movies back then, like Star Trek 6 when I came out, was $90 because they were selling it at Suncoast for rental. Now for some of you out there,
And the great thing was you could record off TV with these.
yes, you can record off a TV as well. They had some TV. I got a video somewhere. But anyways, here's cut the brass tacks, you all. Back in the day, here we go. Before we had internet and, internet, for example. Track and confirm for UPS, FedEx, Airborne Express. Yeah, and DHL. You can say, what's DHL? Well, DHL bought up Airborne Express. Airborne Express failed eventually. Now you got FedEx and UPS and the United States Parcel Service. Back in the old days, you had to pay a premium, I tell you, for track and confirm. You had to have a premium when they first decided to try to track packages online. It was a luxury. Now it's standard. Now for some of you out there, Aaron, hold on a sec. I guess I can go get it.
What?
Yeah, it's somewhere in my place. You won't need to know where it is. Back in the day, cell phones were more like car phones or giant block phones like in Saved by the Bell. This is a car phone in a bag with a giant battery, yes. It had also a cigarette lighter so you can plug it in and you can actually have little accessories. This was my first cell phone, by the way. So I keep it for remembrance. I had another one, but I can't find out where it went. But anyways, here's the deal. Track and confirm was a luxury. Back then, you had documents and everything, and you had shipping companies that meant a damn. What does that mean exactly? Let me tell you. When I grew up in the 80s, we didn't have no fancy time going to the mall. We moseyed along at the mall maybe like once every few months when we needed clothes or video games. Maybe Aaron been to the mall more times than me. I don't know.
I was a mall rat, so yes.
Me, I never went to the mall unless that mom dragged me along for new clothes or pants. But anyways, otherwise I stood and hung out at her place called Fred Meyer's. It was a grocery store. But my mom believed in J.C. Penney's, the Bond, Nordstrom's, the Rack being Nordstrom Rack, Sears. Now Sears and Penney's were bonuses for her because she loved catalogs. Now these catalogs are from Bass Pro, for example, but we used to have, before catalogs started going extinct for the internet, where everyone has the internet. I think 2/3 of Americans have the internet. And they say out of 9 billion people in the world, 5 billion have the internet. That's almost half the population have the internet. Isn't that nice? Somehow, whether it be email, etc. Now you're saying, oh, what's this old hag gonna grump about? Yes, I'm an old hag, but back then we had catalogs. We had specialty catalogs, Christmas catalogs for Christmas things. We had Bass Pro catalogs, Cabela's catalogs, Sears catalogs, Penny's catalogs. You wanted something, you order. You wanted a specialty video game shop, you had a catalog for it. Funko Land, EB Games, GameStop, they had catalogs. Nowadays, it's all online. The online catalogs getting bigger and bigger. Can't find something specialty? You go through eBay or buy.com, part of the Rakoyu or whatever corporation. All these places you have a reason. You know, Overstock.com, stores all over the place just for getting what you need. And then you click on the right shipping. Now, mind you, nowadays shipping's getting crappy from FedEx Smart Post and the USPS at times. But so far, the USPS has been more promising than the Smart Post. I think this is the first time I've ever used Smart Post through a company like Figgy's, and then they're recalling it. But that's another story. The bottom line is, back in my day, we had block phones. We had giant printers that weren't... Paper was connected up to each other. You bought a rung of paper. It was on a top matrix printer, and it goes doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Instead, these ones churn them out faster. A dot matrix, it was like 1 page per minute. Because it all was connected and blah, blah, blah. Now look. Technology's getting better and better, and then you people say, what's a VCR? 20, 30 years from now, people are going to be saying, what's a DVD player, a Blu-ray player? Because everything's going to be streamed online. 75 years, they're going to be wondering what a cell phone is. There'll be something called, you know, in Australia they call them mobile phones. Soon it'll be different things. People are going to be saying, what's a computer soon? It'll be all tablets and stuff. Things are being phased out and a new technology comes in, and the younger generation saying, oh, what's that? What's that? People are going to be looking at this wondering what the heck this is in 100 years. Maybe back in 100 years there's no Christians. So people won't be thinking about Santa Claus or Santa hat.
Well, maybe that brings me to something. I know this is your video, but I was reading where some young punk today, I checked their Facebook page, they were 16 years of age, and they got all upset about the J.R.R. Tolkien series and Lord of the Rings, saying it was a ripoff of J.K. Rowling's novels, and that Harry Potter was better. Well, J.R.R. Tolkien was far before, and it just made me laugh, and I was like, could people really be this stupid? And then, yeah, the kid was 16, he didn't know. He grew up with the Harry Potter series, and when they released the Lord of the Rings series on movie, he saw the movie and said, well, it's just a ripoff of
Let me put it to you
Harry
this
Potter.
way. Another ripoff that he's talking about, right? There's a guy named Larry McMurtry. Now, everyone said he stole the ideas from Louis L'Amour, who was a great writer. Louis L'Amour was before Larry McMurtry. People said, oh, Larry McMurtry's the one that got the Pulitzer Prize. Louis L'Amour never got a Pulitzer, so what's the point? Right. Point is look around. Technology's changing, yes. But my main thing is I grew up with this. Block phones, the VCR era, the Betamax player. Big screen TVs were so huge with rear projections that they were 500 pounds on wheels. Sometimes the TVs were two-piece TVs, the base and the screen. I had a 70-inch and an 80-inch. They were both divided in two. Those TVs cost more today, more back then than today's TVs. Heck, I was looking at an 80-inch Vizio TV the other day. They wanted $3,500. My Mitsubishi 70-inch was $6,000. My ProScan TV by RCA was $8,000. You tell me, back in the day, my satellite dish TV, when I bought it, was $4.99. Then I had to have the service. And now look, you can get it for $99, and usually it's the satellite companies that provide it. You don't buy your own little dish like you did back then that they were selling at like Best Buy, Circuit City, or Future Shop. I got mine at Future Shop. Same with my RCA 80-inch. So, before you go and say, oh, look at that old timer. I may be old, I may have experience, but I have experiences that some people don't like. Oh yeah, someone told me once, well, unless you're the president of the United States, you don't have the experience. No one wants to be president. Think of it. He's got to be told when he can take a piss, when he's got to take a dump, and he's also got to be told certain things where he can't go and what he can't and can do. Is that a life people want? I don't think so. My life was simple back then. You wanted something, you looked it up. If it wasn't available, you pulled up a specialty shop and you bought it. Nowadays, or specialty shop / catalogs. Nowadays, you find a catalog specifically for like Christmas, you get it. Otherwise, you just sit back and be quiet because that's all you got to do. Nowadays, people complain about the stupidest stuff. I'm sorry to say, but back in my day, it wasn't all easy to use the internet. I remember the internet when it came out in late 1995 to 97, where Verizon started surviving it. It was old dial-up. Didn't know anything about it. My sister had to work. She asked me to watch her kids. I said, okay. Showed me how the internet worked. After a while, I said, "What? How boring." Well, after a while, in 1999, I had my own phone line put in just for the internet at my mom's place before going to Australia. I stayed in contact, sent mom email and stuff, but guess what? Still was kind of boring. eBay was new. Things were not getting better. Slowly, when I came back, I was addicted to a forum for a while. Internet forum. Not bad, but guess what? Eventually, it went down the toilet. Yeah, forum got shut down. Too many spammers, too many people getting too many posts and making too many posts and yada, yada, yada. So guess what happened? Nothing. Then you guys sit there and you complain about certain things. And then people say, oh, well, what do we do? Nothing. You don't do anything. If you do something, then there's a problem. Well, there's a problem. Mostly nowadays, people don't want to think about different things. They just want to live life to the fullest and they don't care. But people do care. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this situation. So, before you argue with me about this, I was just glancing over. I thought I saw watches in it, by the way. Sometimes I get interested in watches. But right now, I didn't see any watches, so I was like, oh well. It was just my thought, because sometimes I like a good pocket watch now and then. But when you don't see a pocket watch, then you think, to each their own. You know? Fly rods, no problem. Fly rods aren't bad, but then again, you got to think about the future.
And your dinner's ready.
And my dinner's ready. So buy it. Before you say, oh, what's a VCR or what's this, go Google it. Or do whatever, or etc.
Because in this day of information...
As Aaron said, in this day of information, you can pretty much find anything.
You look like a moron.
Exactly. You look like a moron. The internet is there for that reason. There's access. But no, you guys don't want to think about access. All you guys want to do is sit there, oh, what's this, what's that? Oh, well, my cell phone's small. Folds up, puts in my pocket. Yeah, well, that's your cell phone. Mine's giant, blocky, plugs into a car thing. And you can have hands-free while you're driving down the road. You can order things. Heck, I grew up with the portable TVs being black and white like the one in the Rain Man. Or a little color one. Or something else. So, please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box if you like. And please add me as a friend if you like. Thank you and have a nice day.